Hi guys! Happy almost 2018. I have a bunch of videos that I filmed that yes, I just used saliva to wipe my raccoon eyes off. I have a bunch of videos that I filmed for Vlogmas that were either partial or I didn't have or make the time to edit them. And I'd still like to, but I felt like they were stale, you know? They've been sitting around for a while. The one that I'm definitely going to work on, it's just hard because it's very lengthy. But the one that I'm definitely going to work on is my YouTube Secret Santa unboxing, which I did on like the 23rd or something. And it was decided, at least it was my understanding that it was decided among the group, that we would not be revealing anything about those until everyone had a chance to open them. So I'm not sure when we're gonna get the okay on that, but I don't mind because I'm gonna be busy for the next couple of days, and it'll definitely probably be after the new year starts that I'll post it, but I still really want to because it was so special. So if you guys don't know, December 30th is my little girl's birthday, and we're having a party for her. And she's not feeling so well today, it seems. She doesn't have a fever, she doesn't have cold symptoms, but she's just, the last couple of days she's been very clingy. And I think she got a touch of some kind of bug that she's fighting from Christmas, because she's had like a little bit of a runny stool. A couple days ago it was much worse than it is now. Otherwise I would not feel comfortable having a birthday party where it's like, hey, guests, come and get our germs. But today she just seemed kind of sleepy and grumpy, and like a few of the 7 dwarfs. And she's sleeping right now. I kind of hope she sleeps for a while for 2 reasons. 1, for her benefit, because she definitely seems to need it. And 2, so that I can film a Keto Bites video for you, because I've got so much stuff that I want to talk about. But there are other aspects of that I want to discuss that I don't want to put in that video because I don't want it to be 20 minutes long. The point of those is that they're supposed to be 10 minutes or less, you know, in my mind, obviously. You guys know I like to joke that there's no rules. So, ooh, my mom got me some new makeup brushes for Christmas that I'd like to try out. Do you guys wash your brushes before you use them? You probably should, but I don't think I ever have. Ever. So, these are my new brushes that she gifted to me. I was just thinking a few days ago that I needed to reevaluate my brush situation. But I have some heavy hitters that they're tried and true, you know? So, oh gosh, this is intimidating because I don't even know. There was a little card that said who did what. What's your job, mister? You look like a foundation brush. We'll just test him out as one. So, I'm feeling pretty good. So, I just realized that I'm having some kind of malfunction with my foundation here. It's leaking all over. I shouldn't be storing it on its side, but that's the caboodle life, you know what I mean? If I can't put my makeup in a caboodle, I can't keep it down here. You know, I could. Okay, I could. If it means the difference between it being, if it means the difference between it being leaky and not. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, you may notice my face looks more red than normal, than usual. I have definitely been off of what I would consider an ideal diet for probably about 2 weeks now. And I'm feeling the effects for sure. A couple of days ago, it was actually kind of scary, the turn that it took. And I was having flashbacks to, like, this stuff didn't even happen to me necessarily when I was pregnant, but I was having flashbacks to a time before I was keto and things that I forgot that were issues. It made me feel instantly 10 years older. It's incredible how awful I feel on a carby, sugary diet. which again, I know carbs and sugar are one and the same, but I always feel the need to mention them separately because I feel like in my mind, they're two very different things. I'm the kind of person that I grew up, I could just eat like plain buttered toast for every meal of the day and Cheerios, and my favorite cereal is Crispix. Like just bland, bland, bland. I consider that in my mind, I think about that as carby. I was not always, but sometimes I was the kind of person who would want like ice cream sundaes and chocolate and cookies, and that was more of a case-by-case basis, but I didn't want them daily. Some people really struggle with that, so that's why I always mention that. Anyway, but I'm definitely dealing with some inflammation. So a couple of days ago, I think it was the day after Christmas, I woke up in the middle of the night, and this had been a long time coming. I think like 2 or 3 days before Christmas, when I woke up in the morning, I had limited mobility in my hands. I think I filmed a video of myself trying to close my fists, and this may seem dramatic, but this was genuinely how my fist felt. Like I could only really go about this far before it started to really feel like it was pulling and hurting. And if I did, which is what I did in the middle of the night, very suddenly closed my fist, like I sat up to pick the baby up, and when I went to close my fist, I felt this ripping sensation all the way through up to my elbow here, just like a tendon just completely ripped and snapped. It was so uncomfortable. And I'm still feeling a little bit of it through my ring finger, but I definitely can move my hands better than I could the other day. The other day I could not open jars, clip the little clip on Vera's sleeper thing. I could barely, TMI, wipe myself when I went in the bathroom to pee, or, you know, the other reasons you wipe yourself. I was struggling. My hand hurt so badly. And that used to happen to me before I was keto. And I remember my doctor used to say, you know, that I had to wear braces whenever I could and do hand exercises. And, you know, my mother had a hand surgery that wasn't super successful a long time ago, and it ended her career. So I was scared. I went keto and my hands were perfectly fine. Like I never ever had a problem with them before. And I worked as an artist for a living. I did painting and never ever ever had a problem. So the redness in my face is also inflammation for sure. But I went back to keto. I was like falling asleep on the couch, like Mike would be watching Vera. I don't think I would have if he wasn't there, but I would be sitting there with them watching them play, and I would just pass out. And like really need a nap. I very rarely feel that way on keto. There were just so many things. And I do have a list of things that I kept track of when I was pregnant, or maybe it was even shortly after I gave birth, that were reasons why I missed keto, and I found it beneficial, and that could be a whole video on its own. So I'll probably do that at some point, but I can't believe how terrible the inflammation was, how awful I felt. I had acid reflux. Like I woke up, I startled awake in the middle of the night, choking on like acid splashing in my throat. This is stuff that does not happen to me ever. So I went a little ham at Christmas. I mean, to be fair, my husband, bless his heart, it was in the right place, I believe. He bought me a giant, one of those giant Ferrero Rocher gift boxes for me, just for me. And I ate 2 or 3 a day of those for 3 or 4 days. And I felt awful. And I mean, it wasn't that alone at Christmas. Which although I didn't eat as bad as I was anticipating, I was gonna let myself just do what I wanted on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I was gonna just open up the restrictions and just have what you want, Carissa. But it very rarely felt worth it. One of the only things that felt worth it to me, which is stupid because we eat some form of a low-carb pizza almost every day, but my mother made something that she used to only make at Christmas time when I was a kid, which is a pepperoni bread, which is just basically like pizza dough rolled up with cheese and pepperoni. And I think she puts like sesame seeds on top. Like maybe she does like an egg wash with sesame seeds on top. And it just reminded me of my childhood, and it's something I haven't had in a few years. And so I ate a large portion of that, probably, I don't know, 6, 7 slices of that, like pinwheels, I guess. You see what I'm talking about? Anyway, that was one of the only things that I really felt like I enjoyed. Everything else just didn't taste how I hoped it would, or it tasted exactly how it normally does. It just doesn't taste that good to me anymore because I don't know. I've adapted to enjoying like richer, fattier foods that are not as floury. The flour, for some reason, flour just, so it never felt worth it. It never ever felt worth it. I did it anyway. I got some candy in one of my stockings as a gift, and I ate that, and it was like, I don't know, it was there. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't bother having the willpower because I just felt like, who cares? I always, ever since I started keto years ago, I always just took the few days for Christmas or Christmas Eve off. One year I think I was really good. I don't remember, maybe it was that 2015. One year I was really good and I only cheated on Christmas Eve and got right back to it. But I don't know, guys, I can't shout from the rooftops enough how much this way of life affects me. It's not just about looks. It's not just about weight. It's so much more. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to sound preachy, but sometimes it's so hard because I feel like I've made this comparison a few times and I hope I don't offend anyone, but I feel like I'm part of some kind of crazy cult and I just want so badly for everyone to join because I just want everyone to reap the benefits of what I'm living. I can't believe that I just accepted the way that I felt before as being how things were. I mean, my joints hurt so badly the last few days. I thought, I can't be a mom with carbs. I can't pick this baby up and carry her around as much as she wants and sit on the floor and stand up and sit down again and stand up. With joints like this, I could never do it. I might as well be 60 years old with a newborn. It's she's not a newborn anymore, but you know what I mean. So I just wanted to talk about that. I'm really glad that I got that out of my system. I'm not a big New Year's resolutioner. I don't fault anyone for ever wanting to better themselves ever. I don't have a problem with it. It's just not for me. I feel like, you know how they always say there's those studies where like January 24th or something is the most depressing day of the year because that's when you get your credit card bills from Christmas and when you realize that you've given up completely on your resolutions and you feel like a failure, and the weather is usually pretty bad then too. It's just like this perfect storm of crap, you know. I just don't want to participate in that. And for me, I don't like to look at it as a New Year's resolution because I guess I don't take them that seriously. Never have, I suppose. So, but I hope you guys had a great Christmas. And whether or not you indulge, I feel like a lot of people did and they were honest about it, and I am proud of them for that. And the people who didn't, like my girl Celia, from Keto Confetti. Oh, wait. I made a couple of videos where I did shout outs for accounts that I really enjoy, like keto accounts. And one of them, they never went up. So I never got to mention Celia, but I have before, but it was before she was Keto Confetti, I believe. Drop everything and just enjoy her. Just drink her up. She's just the best. She is so much fun. She's the me I wish I could be. She's got pink hair right now. Like, I just wish I could do that. But I am too lazy. And my hair doesn't take to processing well. But anyway, she's so awesome. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, she was so, first of all, she was so good about Vlogmas. She pretty much posted every day, if not every day. And she, I think, stayed keto for Christmas. So good on her. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. But I, like, on Instagram, I just feel like I'm glad that people feel comfortable saying, look, I took a couple days off. There may or may not have been consequences. I don't care, kind of a thing. Or it's just motivation for me to keep going. Whatever it was, I'm cool with that. I want people to feel like they can be honest and they can put themselves out there, you know? So I've been trying to kind of expand my weight loss posts on, or just keto related posts on Instagram. It's hard because it feels braggy. It feels very boastful. And I feel like I don't have that much to boast about, you know? Like, I've had some success, but not nearly what I could have had. So, this is a dangerous game I'm playing here with the pencil. I just go through these phases where I suddenly hate the way my eyebrows look. Or my methods for filling them in. I just crave a natural looking eyebrow. Can we all agree? I'm seeing all these things about the trends, the color trends and the style trends and this and that for 2018. Can we please as a group agree that the big sharpied in looking eyebrow, the overly concealed edges, the Instagram brows, can we be done with that yet, please? I feel like there are so many beautiful faces out there that it takes away from the rest of the face. It really does. I don't know. If you really, really like that look and you have your reasons for it, or if you have black hair, maybe that's a different story. I don't know, but I think we're ready as a people. We need to come together and say enough with the crazy brows. But anyway, I think for me, a lot of it is probably the fact that the less and less makeup I wore for as long as I did since Pharaoh was born, the more clowny and strange I feel when I really put on a face. Which might be something that's coming with age. It might also be just I'm out of practice, so I'm not doing it as well anymore, suppose. I don't know. So, oh, I told myself the other day I wasn't going to do that anymore. Son of a. It just makes me feel like I look so awake and youthful, but I think the white is a little too harsh if I'm doing a more natural look. So, what I have here in my new brush, guys. Who wants to blend me? Hi, buddies. So, I'm having Vera's birthday party. She is having cousins from both sides, which I think in the future it'll probably just be immediate family. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. And then when she's a little bit older, she can pick one friend or something. I don't know. But I feel like I skipped the favors this year, or I skipped the favors for this party. Well, as usual, I talked for too long and I feel like this video is getting too long. So I just want to end on a ranty note. No, and please know that I'm mostly joking about this, but my mind is blown. What does it take to know whether or not people will be guests at a function that you are throwing? I purposely didn't send out physical mailed invitations to Vera's party. One, because it was Christmas card season and it was like that many more stamps I was gonna have to buy and fill all that crap out when I could just send it to people on Facebook, and guess what they could do? Open it, look at it, and click a little button. They don't have to look up my email address and worry about if they spelled my name right or not, or text me and worry about, I don't know, just most of these people are family, so they have my number and they could have texted me anyway if they wanted to, but all they had to do was open up the invite and say, yes, I'm going, or no, I'm not. And if they didn't want to RSVP yet, they could just say, hey, not sure if we're going to be in town, / if everyone's going to be feeling well enough, I'll let you know. I don't know, just are you okay? Do I need to do a welfare check? Do I need to call the cops? And just, hey, I have a very simple request. To the people who say, well, you know I'm going, I'm family. No, I don't. Because so many of these people just don't show up, or they say they'll be there and then they don't come, or they say they can't come and then they'll be like, oh, surprise, I'm here. It's because I was on the cusp of having way too much food or not enough food at all, because literally half of the people and their children were unaccounted for. So how am I going to buy favors for that, you know? I just feel bad because I know that little kids usually equate a birthday party with things like that, favors or games. I just couldn't count on it. I just didn't know who was going to be there. But I feel like this isn't just this. I feel like this happens so often with so many things. Just say you're not sure. Just be like, I don't like you that much. I'm not gonna, don't invite me into things anymore. I don't know. What? Do you guys have this issue? Is this a thing? Is it just me? I even did that really annoying thing where a couple of days ago I said, hey guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you. If you haven't RSVP'd yet, can you take a second to do that? And 2 people did it. Thank you to those 2 people, because we will have adequate amounts of food for you. So, but it doesn't matter. None of that matters. We are going to be celebrating my cute little stinker, and I hope she has a good time. I hope it doesn't freak her out. She doesn't like rooms full of strangers. She doesn't like strange places. She's been to this place before a few times, but she probably won't remember. She was, I think, 6 or 7 months old the last time she was there. And she doesn't like a lot of people looking at her. She doesn't really like being stared at, which I can't blame her. But I just hope she has so much fun. I've been singing the birthday song to her to try and get her used to it. And I don't know, my heart is really grateful that we have this little girl, and I celebrate her every day. I know you guys know that, but tomorrow's gonna be extra special. So if you want to see some sappiness and some professional photos we had done for her, and probably pictures from her party if I have the chance to take some, follow my Instagram, and I will talk to you guys soon. Happy New Year.